Hi, welcome to a Roboflow training movie. In this training movie, I will show you a new functionality of Cumulus 11.01 for Roboflow. In the past, with Roboflow, you already had the opportunity for a hot collection workflow to specify multiple records, multiple catalogs to be processed. You simply did that by specifying all the catalogs separated by a semicolon. So if you wanted to add another catalog, you simply did something like this. And then the workflow would process everything from the sample catalog, then start the loop over for everything for the watch folder, etc., etc., as many catalogs as you like. In the hot folder workflow, some similar feature existed a couple of versions ago, but was deprecated. So we enabled it in the standard traditional way that we did it with a hot collection workflow. Here you have now the ability to simply specify folder names separated by semicolons, and they don't have to be in the same network shared, they don't have to be on the same drive or whatever, they can be wherever you like. You can have, why would you do this? Well, in this example there is a very simple action script, but you could have a very complex action script that does several things with the files, and that has to be repeated for all the files from all these different folders. So this gives you now the opportunity to specify multiple drop folders, and these drop folders will automatically follow the same process. It will see them as separate loops. It will first loop over all the items of drop folder 1, then it will loop over all the items of drop folder 2, and then it will loop over all the items of drop folder 3. So as I said, 3 completely different separate processes. So things like notify a mail that bundle the results of the loop means that it will bundle the results of loop 1 for drop folder 1, and it will send, if any, the mails. Then the loop will start for the number 2, and it will send a mail for anything processed there. So it's really 3 separate loops, 3 separate processes, exactly like it is with the catalogs in the hot collection. This is, of course, only a functionality available for the hot folder workflow, not for any other type of workflow. To see it at work, I have a little drop folder 1, 2, and 3, with some files in it, just as an example. And then if I run the workflow start, show log, and you can see that it says that it starts the workflow with hot folder loop. That's the same information that you will get in hot collection loop. It will say hot collection loop, catalog loop. Well, in the hot folder workflow it says hot folder loop. It tells you which one it's going to do. It starts, it finds the first file, processes it. I'm just doing in the action script, I'm just outputting the file path as an example, and then when the loop of all the files in that folder is done, it starts over again with exactly the same thing for the catalogs, and it does a catalog loop. And so now, and then finally the third drop folder. And so as you can see, separate steps, separate loops for each group of files. That's what you can now use in 11.01. There's one little parameter I want to quickly show, which has actually nothing to do with this workflow, but is sometimes forgotten that it exists. You can add new parameters to a workflow, and one of these parameters that you could add is this one, hot folder delete file boolean. This is actually an internal variable for which the workflow looks. If this parameter exists and it is set to false, it means that the files in the hot folder will not be deleted. As you know, a hot folder by default looks into the hot folder, finds the files to process. The processing is done by the action script, and at the end it deletes the file. If you want to disable that functionality, if you don't want the files from the hot folder or drop folder to be deleted but kept in place, then you can add this little parameter to your workflow. This has existed for many versions, but it's maybe not well known, so just a little extra information here unrelated to this topic. So thank you for joining this little training movie, and hope to see you in the next one.